Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Wednesday, May the 14th. The year's 2025. Let's talk trading. You may not be a trader. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. As always, have your risk management in place so you don't lose more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade or during any one single trading session. Now, you might be wondering about this. Say, wait a minute, One, I'm a trader. I'm on the Forex market or I'm on the stock market and, I buy and I sell. I'm a trader. Well, depends on how you define trader. I read the book, What I Learned Losing $1 Million, and it was a very interesting chapter in there. And basically, they talked about, um, if you're a trader, what are you really? And so I came up with this, based on the book, I came up with this market role decision matrix. So first question is, are you in the market to reduce existing business risk? If yes, you're a hedger. If no, next question. Are you trying to profit from price movements? If yes, next question. If no, then you're probably not actively participating in the market. Now, do you have a strategy or thesis based on research or analysis? If yes, the next question. But if no, then you're a bettor or a gambler. It says C below. We'll get to that. Now, do you hold assets long term and focus on fundamentals? If yes, you're an investor. If no, do you take directional short term positions based on market views? If yes, then you're a speculator. And that's really what most of us are. We're not in it for the long haul. Maybe some of us might be in it for minutes. Some of us might be in for a few hours. Some of us might be in for a few days. But I don't think there's anybody here probably in trades for more than a week intentionally. Now, do you try to profit from price discrepancies in different markets simultaneously? If yes, you're an arbitrager, kind of like Mickey Rourke in 9.5 weeks. If no, next question. Do you provide continuous buy sell quotes and facilitate market liquidity? If yes, then you're a market maker. If no, then bettor or gambler. So, if you act on hunches, tips, or news without consistent risk management, then you're betting. Or if you trade impulsively for excitement or thrill with no clear strategy or control, then you're a gambler, unclear, possibly inexperienced participant. So, honest evaluation of self. Which one are you? Right here. Do you have a strategy or thesis based on research or analysis? I think that's the real deciding question here. And the thing from that is, do you follow that strategy? Because if you don't, then you're down here. You're either a bettor or a gambler. If you're trading impulsively, then you're gambling. So it's one of those things where, once again, you don't have to answer unless you want to, but which one are you? It's one of those hard looks at yourself, honest evaluation of self, which one of my favorite authors, or probably my favorite author, living author, Robert Ringer, writes about. Harry Brown passed on, so he's no longer my favorite living author, with Robert Greene coming in the close second for favorite living author. So, what can you do with this? Well, you can sit down with yourself, and I will post this. I'll upload a PDF over on my Facebook page, um, in case you're interested. And that Facebook page is right there. But it's one of those things where it really does make a lot of sense because you get in a trade, then you get emotional, you step away from your system or your method. You didn't get a clear entry signal. And one of the things that happened to me a couple of days ago, in fact, it was probably even yesterday too. I took a trade, didn't wait, and of course it inflected on me. And about maybe a week ago, as I was reading the book, I just did a hard analysis on a day's worth of trades. And I looked at every time I got in trouble. Every time I got in trouble, it was I didn't follow the rules that I laid out, or I broke a rule. See, there's two rules. There's entry rules and there's exit rules. And you need to distinguish between the two. And so if I broke an entry rule, it cost me. And if I broke an exit rule, it cost me. So that just meant that what I needed to do moving forward is not break those rules. It's that simple. And then things should improve. At least I won't have that mistake haunting me or causing me to sit in trades longer than I'd like or having me scream at the screen. Oh, it's too funny because when you look back at these trades, you can see um, whether or not you made a mistake. And sometimes you might not make a mistake, but price keeps going against you. And there's sometimes you think, well, why did I do that when I should have known better? Well, anytime you say should have, that's when it's time to implement a new rule. So the next time as you're trading, you have this, well, if this happens, I should do this. So, because should have is in the past, should is in the present. So, that's just something else to look at. So, as you're looking over your charts, you say, okay, I should have done this here. So, next time that same scenario comes up, you've got your 3x5 card, or you maybe use the My Notes indicator that I wrote and have the notes right on the screen, and you'll be able to do that. In fact, a one indicator, it basically just tells me, it says wait for signal. And it's that simple. And it's like so many times I feel like, oh, I should, no, did I have a signal? No, then I wait. Now, the thing is, sometimes, yes, if you had taken the trade, it may have paid out. It may have paid out big time, but it wasn't your trade. It's a nacho trade, not your trade. And that's something else that causes us to do this, to start to bet or to trade impulsively. Now, the thing about betting, if I remember correctly, when you bet, it's basically saying, I'm betting I'm right and I'm betting you're wrong. There's a clear winner and a clear loser. You bet on a race. If your horse wins, you were right. If your horse loses, you were wrong. It's a bet. There's nothing you can do once you place the bet. After the bet is placed, there's nothing you can do to influence the outcome. And that's why sometimes I say when you're trading, you place your bets because you can't influence the outcome. But what you can do is you can have some consistent risk management so it doesn't go against you. Because usually when you bet, there's a begin and an end, like a horse race or a baseball game or a coin flip, whatever you're betting on, there's a clear beginning and end. But when we trade the Forex market, it's continuous. You can stay in that trade as long as you can, so long as it doesn't, blow out your account. It's just something to think about. So, like I said, I will post this over on the Facebook page and let me know what you think about it. And if you want, let me know where you wind up here. So let's just take a look here at the week. We still have some unfilled gaps. We can see price yesterday shot out. Actually, it crossed through the well, I'm saying yesterday. This is actually yesterday. See, it broke above The opening range here started out way below. Now, today or yesterday, because actually in the trading world, we're in a new day because it's after 2 o'clock my time, 5 p.m. East Coast time. So this is actually Thursday candle. This is Wednesday, which to me, it's still Wednesday right here. And for the year, wow, we're like right at the weekly open, it looks like. I knew that was going to happen. We're going to get back to that weekly open. And we had an inside bar 6 days ago. You can see we fell out of that. Monthly and weekly inside bars are way down here. Oh, this is today's range. Like I said, this is a new day in Forex world. Right here at the weekly open, daily open. So you can see here, no man's land between those two. Oh, rat zone. Do not reverse because the range is too low. That's idiot mode. And the pivot, let's see. What did we have for yesterday? Actually, let's just take a look here. So Bambino flexes down near the pivot. H4 pivot. And this one right here, I knew that pivot was going to get taken out yesterday. Or that pivot was going to get taken out. That was what I was quote unquote betting on. In fact, there was somebody asked me about these horizontal line trades. Um, And so, like, yeah, lots of methods and zones, but those zones are delineated by horizontal lines. So, and I've all you have to do is search my YouTube channel for the word horizontal. There'll be plenty of videos where I talk about horizontal lines. Somebody made that inquiry. Okay, we're in the wick zone right here. Dashboard, it's too early for anything to really happen. Price action, you can see yesterday it shot up during the Asian session and just tanked the rest of the day. And you can see here, once again, not much action during this first hour, the Asian session, plus the the bid and the ask is so far apart, it's just not even worth trading. And this is one of my messages here. And with the flip, just tells me to wait for it. And once again, you get price action score. This time of day, I really don't trade. So, fellow traders, I hope you like today's topic, and I'm really curious. Like I said, drop me a note or a reply or a comment because I'm really curious how many of you are actually speculators as traders as opposed to bettors or gamblers. So, fastest 15 minutes in trading is over. And as always, I want you to remember and never forget it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.